from my side and let me share the screen. Anyone is missing with recording permissions, let me know. If anyone is missing with recording permissions, let me know. Okay. So once the recording is completed, okay, so one folder will be opened like this, right? Once the recording is completed, recording is save in audio only. No, I'll show you now. Sajal. See, once recording is completed, it will take some time to convert. Once the conversion is done, it won't take much time, just 2 to 3 minutes it will take. Once the conversion is done, it will open a folder automatically, okay, with the files. There you can see 4 files. One file is audio file, one file is chart file, all chart messages and all will be recorded here, okay. And one file is recording.configuration, it doesn't required, okay. And this is the one, the last file you can see, okay. Ravitej, I didn't give permission, just a minute, let me give you the permissions, okay. Ravitej, you are recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the last file is actual video file. Okay, guys, the last one is actual video file, right? And save this path somewhere. Just click like this and you can copy paste this path and you can save it somewhere. If you install the Zoom app, okay, there, while see here, you can get a window like this. Let me show you this as well. Let me show you this as well. One minute, guys. Let me show you the recording. Right now, can you see the Zoom app screen? Everyone, can you see the Zoom app screen now? Upcoming, recorded. Can you see these options?
Yeah, we are able to see.
Right. Okay. Once you just logged into the Zoom app, okay, there you can see like this. Okay, home button, right? And let me go with this pen. Okay, this one is good. Okay, you can see this home button, chart button, and you can see the meetings button. Okay, meetings button is important. This meeting button, once you click on the meeting, you can see the meetings and actual meeting. This is the meeting, and you can see the path here. In which location it is storing, you can see the path here. In case if you missed the path, this is the location. Okay, and sometimes the recordings won't be converted. Okay, so there is one more option called convert option here. You can click on, in case if the class is not recorded or not converted, I'm saying not converted, like how open is highlighted, in the same way there is one more button called convert button. You can see the convert button and you can click on the convert button, the link will be converted and the video will be created. Once the video is created, then it will open a folder like this, and in this folder, okay, only this video is helpful for us. Remaining all videos, if you want audio and all, you can keep it, but this is the main important video. You can just copy paste this video into another folder. Okay, save all the recordings in one location, guys. Okay, save all the recordings in one location. Of course, I will also record from my side, each class will be recorded, but I am going to upload first 20 to 30% of the classes to the YouTube channel. We have an YouTube channel. I am going to upload my classes in the YouTube channel, that too first 20 to 30%. Don't expect I'll upload all the classes. Okay, so I'll upload first 20 to 30% of the classes to my YouTube channel. You can access from there. Okay, but don't wait for my recordings. That's why try to join daily and try to record and try to save your files in some location, so that without depending on me, you can start practicing and all. Okay, guys, clear everyone? And this is your video file. Okay, this is your video file. You can store this video file in a separate location. Clear everything? And remember, don't forget to save your location, which location the files are recording. Don't forget to save. Just copy paste this path and paste it in a notepad. And in case if you missed the path, you can go to that path directly and you can, okay, check the recordings and all. Okay, it will be like this. Okay, it will be like this. If you go down, okay, it will be like this. Today's date 15/12/2021 and time 7:23. You can see, right, 7:23:26. It will be like this. So you can just go to this folder and you can see the video file like this. Clear everyone? Recordings and all. Any issues, any doubts here? Right. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. No issues. Okay, right, fine. So from where we are getting this information? Someone said something. Okay, from where we are getting this information, guys? Can anyone tell me? Sorry,
From 3 tier.
from 3 tier only. Okay, that's fine.
From
From
back
where?
end.
From backend only. Excellent.
Backend.
Absolutely fine. Where from backend?
Database
From
server.
Very good, very good, very good. I got that answer, database. We need that answer, database. Okay, your voice is breaking. Someone is trying to say something, but your voice is breaking, unfortunately. Please check your internet, okay? Your voice is breaking completely. Right, okay, so you are getting this data from the database. So whatever you are getting the information, okay, you are using your phone pay, you are using your WhatsApp, you are using anything, any application, guys, remember this is a thumb rule, very important thing. Application is just an interface to access the database. Okay, application is just an interface. It won't store any data. Your application or application servers won't store any data. It will act as a interface between you and your database. Your application will act as a interface between you and your database. You are getting this data from one database, from one table. If I want to say, the whole information is stored inside one table, and this table is stored inside one database. From that database, and this database is stored inside one database server. Okay, first that the data will be stored inside a table. Table will be resides inside a database. Database will be there inside a server, and from that server you are getting this data. That server is called database server. Okay, guys, that server is called database server. And if you see here the three-tier architecture diagram, okay, so this is your browser. This is your browser. You may use Google Chrome, you may use Internet Explorer, you may use Firefox, you may use something like, there are different browsers are there, right? Opera. Okay, so lot of browsers are there, and this is your browser. Whenever you just open your browser, whenever you type www.flipkart.com, www.amazon.in, immediately, why when I type amazon.in, why I'm getting Amazon page, why I'm not getting Flipkart page? Why I'm not getting Flipkart page? Why? Because I'll tell you, sir. I'll tell you, Kusma. Okay, what is the difference between DB and DB server? I'll tell you. Right. So whenever you just type www.amazon.in or flipkart.com or sbanetbanking.com, immediately there is a request. Okay, your browser will send a request to the, imagine you open flipkart.com. So your flipkart.com is attached with one IP address. Okay, agree? So you are using your smartphones. Whenever you're trying to call someone, you're trying to call your daddy. Once you click on the daddy, automatically on behalf of daddy, it will give a call to that particular daddy's number. Agree? Means your daddy name is attached with one number. If you click on that call button, automatically that number will started ringing, right? Means your name is attached with one number. Why? Because we cannot store, we cannot save, I mean, like, we cannot store all the numbers, right? We cannot store all the numbers. In our mobile phone, we will have 100 numbers, 200 numbers, 300 numbers. We cannot store all the numbers. Simply we'll pull the name and we'll click on that name. Automatically it will give call to that particular number. Means each name is associated with one number. Agree? Any issue is there here? Is it clear, everyone? Each name is associated with one number, right? So in the same way, whenever you just type www.flipkart.com, then first it will touch your web server. Okay, so what web server will do, that web server is going to convert your name into IP address, your IP address into name. I'll explain again, nothing to worry. If you want to call to your daddy, you can call by using number also. You can simply type his number if you remember his number. If you don't remember his number, of course, everyone will remember their numbers, parents' numbers and all, right? So if you want to call other person, if you know the number, you can simply type that number and you can call. If you don't know the number, okay, you can simply pull from the directory Okay, and you are going to click on that name, automatically it will give call to that number. Right, in the same way, means your name is converted into number and number is going to convert into name. In the same way, your web server also will change the domain name www.flipkart.com into an IP address. Okay, if you want to open a Flipkart IP address, Flipkart website, you can open with the IP address also. But how many IP addresses you can remember to open the website? It's not possible, right? So each IP address will be associated with one domain name that is called your website address. This web server will convert name into IP, IP address into name. Okay. So whenever you open www.flipkart.com, a request will be sent to the Flipkart web server. Okay. So then the web server will send a request from web server to application servers. Okay. It will web server will send a request from web server to application server. Then only you can see this application. You can see this interface. Okay. Once you see this interface, if you click on any product, you are getting this information, right? So your application server will send a request to the database servers, guys. Your application server will send a request to the database server. So and so person is accessing the website. He clicked on this product, like that. It will send a request to the database server. On database server, see here, if I click on this product, this camera is opening. If I click on this product, okay, where is that? Click on this product, this camera is opening like this. The respective cameras are opening, right? So how come they are opening like that? Whenever you click on, you are simply thinking like, I'm just clicking on the product, right? You are thinking like, I'm just clicking on this product. But guys, there is a meaning for each click. If you click here, one query will run. What is the query? I'll tell you. Okay. If you want to access the database, guys, you cannot access like that. Okay. You have to write one query to access the database. Okay. Using queries only, we can pull the data from the database. Okay. So whenever you just clicked on any product, it will prepare a query. That query will send to the database server. Database will execute that query on the database. Once it was executed, any query, it will throw the results, right? The database server will throw the results to the application server again. Application server will throw the results to the web server again, and web server will throw the results to your browser again, and then you can see the product, guys. Means if you are opening any application, if you are clicking on any product, see how many actions are involved here. Browser to web server, one action. Web server to application server, second action. Application server to database server, third action. And then it will run the query on database server, that is a fourth action. Database to application, fifth action. Application to your web server, sixth action. And your web server to your browser, seventh action. Mean a single click involves 7 actions. Then only you are able to see the data. Okay, so that's why if you see here, yes, this happens not in seconds, this happens in milliseconds, Santosh. This happens in milliseconds. Okay, so why we are explaining all these things? Because in case if you got the job, if you are doing work, if someone is saying, hey, my database is not working. So if simply someone said my database is not working, how can he say my database is not working? Because he is unable to connect to the database. That's why he's saying the database is not working. But do you think only database activities are involved in fixing this issue? Only database team is involved in fixing this issue. Why? Because he's saying I am unable to connect to the database. That might be database can be down. That might be network can be down. That might be your servers can be down. Any application servers or web servers can be down. Anything can happen, right? So don't blame the database first. Okay, why? Because just now we discussed almost all 7 actions has to be done. Okay, so might be a network issue, might be a server issue, might be a database server issue also, might be an application server, might be a web server issue. So we cannot blame in case if someone is saying my database is not working. Okay, chalo, let's do the health check first. Then we can came to know whether it is an issue from database side, or it's an issue from application side, or it's an issue from network side. Then only we can came to know. Is there any difference domain name and IP addresses? Yes, every domain will have its own IP addresses, Raviteja. Every domain will have its own IP addresses. Yeah, the domain name and IP address means you can pull the website using IP address also, but it's difficult to remember the IP address for every website. Hardly you can remember one or two website IP addresses, but domain names you can easily remember. Amazon.in, Flipkart.com, okay, net banking, something. It's easy to remember. That's why we'll use domain names. This domain name, web server will convert your domain name into IP address into domain name. Okay, right? So guys, if anyone asked, if anyone is saying my database is not working, so don't panic. It might be a database issue, it might be a network issue, it might be an application issue, anything may happen. This is the basic architecture of any application, guys. Any application consists three-tier architecture. What and all servers involved in this three-tier architecture? Web servers, application servers, and database servers. The database which is hosting the server which is hosting the database, you can call that server as a database server. Okay, the server, the machine, server means machine. Okay, the machine which is hosting the databases is called database server, guys. And remember one thing, this is a database server. I'm not saying this is a SQL server. It might be a SQL server. It might be an Oracle server. It might be a DB2. It might be a Postgres. It might be a NoSQL. It might be a another database server, MongoDB. The database server can be anything. If in the backend, if they are using Microsoft SQL Server, then as a SQL DB, our work will start. Clear, guys? This database server can be anything. That depends. 20 people are there in this batch. People are using different phones. Okay, some people are using iPhone, some people are using Samsung, some people are using Poco, some people are using Oppo. Different smartphones you are using. In the same way, for every application, you can use your own database server. Who is going to decide, sir, which database I have to use, which software I have to use? Who is going to decide? Architects will decide. Depends upon the application requirements. They will decide which software is good for this application. Architects. Your architects will decide which database software is good for the application. And based on the features, why you see, if I simply ask you why you bought iPhone, it's your wish. You have money, you like iPhone features. That's why you bought iPhone, even though iPhone supports supports lots of apps and all, but still you like iPhone because of the richness, because of the features. Okay, so it depends. Some people will use basic feature phones. Why? That is their requirement. That's okay for them. The requirement is fulfilling, so they are using their feature phones and all. They are happy with the feature phones. So in the same way, the database software might be an Oracle software, might be a SQL software, might be a DB2 software, might be a MongoDB, might be MySQL, might be NoSQL. If people are using SQL Server in the backend, that is your SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server. And if you are working on Microsoft SQL Server, okay, then you are a Microsoft SQL Server DBA. If they are using Oracle people will involve and they are going to fix the things. He is called Oracle DBA. Okay, guys, is it clear? Anyone having any issue? Someone is coming and going. SQL language is same to every. I'll tell you, Raviteja. Okay, what is the SQL language and all? I'll tell you. Okay. So as of now, everyone is clear with this. What is database? Right. And as this database is at the back end, that's why we can call the database softwares or backend softwares or backend databases. Application will always will be at front end. That's why we'll call application services as front end applications. application services, we can call it as a front-end application. Why? Because whenever you open any website, first of all, you can see application only. That's why that is a front end. So that's why you can call it as a front-end application, and you cannot see the database. Normal people cannot see the database. I cannot see the Flipkart database. It will be at back end. That's why database softwares, you can call it as a back-end database softwares. Okay. So applications, lot of tools are there, lot of softwares are there to design the applications. Okay, guys, can anyone tell me any softwares that is going to use to design the applications?
Oracle.
No. I'm asking applications.
Front-end applications, right?
Front-end applications, yes.
Front-end.
Any softwares, not.
.NET.
Yes, very good. Okay. To design the
Yeah.
applications, we are going to use the softwares. What are those softwares? .NET, Java, PHP, HTML, SharePoint. Okay, so these are all like your application softwares only. So application softwares means your Java, your .NET, or PHP. Okay, like these are all your application softwares. Database softwares means your SQL Server, Oracle Server, MySQL, NoSQL, MongoDB, DB2. These are your database servers. Web servers also we have. Can anyone tell me one web server? Anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me one web server?
AWS.
Do one thing. Okay, I'll give you one assignment today. Just find out the web servers in the market. Just type web servers. Okay, in the Google, just type web servers. What are the web servers available? Just type it, you will get the answer. Just a small assignment, a 1 minute assignment. Why? Because assignments are very important, guys. Okay, so it's very important. Okay, you have to know, you should work as a professional. Once this course is completed, once you got the job, you should be a professional. Okay, you have to know most of the things. You have to know how to search also. Okay, how to use your Google in a better way also, you have to know. Most of the people will think, okay, I can search anything in the Google, but it's not a better way. You can get the answer, but it's not a better way. Depends upon the keywords you are using, the answers, the results also going to be changed. Okay, so to like for the better experience, okay, what you can do is started browsing from today onwards. Start searching at least small things, so that you can be okay expect at the end of the course, or at least you can be a good, okay, what you can say, you can search in a good way. Okay, so again, very important, try to search, try to use the Google in a better way. It's very important for any IT professional. Using Google is very important, and getting results in a good way and proper results is also very important. So just tell me, what are the web servers available in the market? That is the assignment question for tomorrow. Okay, and someone is already answered. Rajesh, why it is disconnecting every time? I gave you the recording permission, right? Okay, I can see the recording permission now. Yeah, you can record, Rajesh. Okay, fine, guys. Is it clear? Any issues, any doubts? Any doubts till now? Everyone, is it clear? If you have any doubts, you can stop me and you can ask me. Okay, nothing to worry. And how many of you are from other languages? I can see most of you are Telugu. And guys, just a minute. Right. Okay. Muthu from Tamil Nadu, right?
Yes, Shanmugh.
Okay. Done. And okay, no problem. We have some North Indian friends also there. Okay, not an issue. I'm just saying, in case if you feel difficulty, you can ask me the doubts in Telugu also. I'll be comfortable with the Telugu. Other than like non-Telugu, you can ask the doubts in the English also. Nothing to worry, guys. Don't hesitate. You are learning. You are paying the money. You are paying from your pockets. You are paying from your parents' pockets and all. Nothing to worry. Don't hesitate at all. Even a single doubt, a small doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so don't hesitate. You are learning. You have to get the job. The goal is the job. Don't hesitate. Okay, so don't tell this is a small doubt, simple doubt, why he is asking, why she is asking this doubt. Nothing like that. If you don't know, ask the doubt. Not at all an issue. Okay, is it clear, everyone? And guys, one more thumb rule. Okay, it's an
I
interactive
have
session.
one question.
Yes.
Hello.
Just 1 minute. Okay, it's an interactive session. The sessions are completely interactive. I am not keep on talking for 1 hour or 1.5 hour or 2 hours. It's not good. Also, it's not good way of learning. It's an interactive session. Okay, in the middle, we are going to do a lot of small activities, fun-based activities and all. So you will enjoy the classes, but try to be interactive. Don't hesitate. You can speak. You can open your mouth and you can speak. Yes, sir. Tell me.
Actually, we said no, that DBA, we have some different databases. So the
Yes.
DBA activities are generic to each database, or each database has its own DBA activities.
Each
Some generic
database has
activities.
its own database activities. See, terminologies might be same. Okay.
Okay.
Backup is there in the Oracle also. Backup concept is there in the SQL also. Backup concept is there in your smartphone also. Agree? What's a backup?
Yeah.
Right? But the way you are doing is different. The way you are handling the softwares are different. In Oracle, you are doing in a separate way. In SQL Server, you are doing in a separate way. So terminologies might be same. That's why if you apply for any jobs, you can see DBA jobs. Don't immediately apply DBA jobs. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to first check the job description, JD. So is it belongs to SQL DBA or any other DBA? Don't think DBA means SQL DBA, guys. DBA is one part. DBA is the whole ocean. In that you have a lot of DBA, SQL DBA, Oracle DBA. Like that we have different database software. So terminologies also might be same. You can see the clustering in the Oracle side also, but that is a different clustering. This is different clustering. SQL Server is a different clustering. Okay, so the terminologies might be same for some topics, but the process you are doing, the process you are implementing might be different, technology to technology.
Okay. So SQL DBA having its own unique features.
Yes.
That DBA.
Its own unique
Okay.
features. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions? Any doubts?
No.
No questions. Everyone is clear.
No, sir.
Just 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. Right. Okay. Fine. Right. So this is your architecture. This is called 3-tier architecture. Okay. And let me go to the next point. So if anyone asked you what is SQL Server, okay, the simple definition is SQL Server is a database software. Is a database software which helps you to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data. Okay. So by using your SQL Server software, you can do all these things. Not only SQL Server, you can use any software. All the database softwares will do the same thing only. Okay. So by using any database software or by using your SQL Server software, first thing is you can store the data. First thing is you can store the data. Okay. You can store the data and you can process the data by using the SQL Server software. And whenever you want, you have to retrieve the data. You can retrieve the data. Guys, you are storing, your laptop is having 5 terabytes of storage, but you are unable to retrieve. It was locked. What is the use? Okay. So everything is important. You have to meet all the prerequisites. You can able to store the data by using SQL Server software. It's a software, guys. It's a software. By using this software, it's a database software actually. SQL Server is a database software. By using this database software, you can store the data and you can process the data and you can retrieve the data also. These are the main important features of your SQL Server. Processing, storing, first the data, it is going to collect from different sources. It is going to store the data and it is going to process the data and it is going to retrieve the data. And guys, here if you see from where the data is coming to the database server, from where the data is coming to the database server, from your application only, right? So for example, you're ordering one product here. If you want to buy this product, what you are going to do? You have to first log into your account. Then what you have to do? You have to give all the details. You have to give your name. You have to give your phone number. You have to give your address. You have to give your payment information, either credit card, debit card, phone pay, Google Pay. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Whatever application you are using, you can use any application for that to pay, to complete the payment and all. Means once you just completed the payment, what happened automatically? The data will be inserted in a database. Okay. So you cannot directly talk with the database. You can talk with the database by using any application. Clear, guys? You cannot directly go inside the database, jump inside the database, and you cannot see the data. With the help of application only, you can access the database. Okay, you can insert the data, you can process the data, you can delete the data, you can retrieve the data, whatever you want to do, you can do. But directly, you cannot connect to the database. There should be one interface, right? There should be one interface. That interface is called an application. By using application, you are doing all these things. Okay, guys, clear? So SQL Server is a, tell me guys, SQL Server is a,
Database software.
very good. Where we are going to use this?
The
SQL Server is a database software which is used to store the data,
Retrieve the data. Very good. Where we are going to use this software? We are going to use this software as a backend for any of the application. Okay, right? Clear, guys? Right.
Yeah.
Fine. And where the software will be used, discuss that. Duties and activities of DBA. Let's discuss this. It is very important. What a DBA will do regularly in the organization. Once you got the job, please mute it. Please mute it. Once you got the job, what you are going to do regularly in the organization. Okay. So let me go to the duties. Right. So what are the activities of DBA, guys? So a DBA, a SQL DBA typically involve on all these activities, guys. Okay, these are the common activities, very regular activities. Other than this, a lot of activities will be there. Don't think only these activities are there. Other than this, a lot of other activities also will be there, but these are the main activities. Okay, what a DBA will do, how his day will start. Okay, so DBA is responsible for installing the softwares. Which software? Only SQL Server software. We are not bothering about other softwares. That will be taken care by your Windows team. Okay. So DBA is responsible. SQL DBA is responsible for installing the SQL software. If you want to work with your WhatsApp, first of all, you have to install WhatsApp in your phone, right? If you want to access WhatsApp, first of all, you have to install WhatsApp in your phone. In the same way, if I want to work with the databases, SQL databases, first of all, I should have the software, right? So DBA is responsible to install the softwares, SQL Server softwares, the servers, Windows servers. Okay, so we are responsible not only installing, we have to manage the softwares, we have to manage the databases and all, right? Say for example, managing means what? If the server is suddenly down, we have to make sure the server is up and running. That is called managing. If there is a less free space, okay, if there is no space, we have to manage the space and all. Lot of things we are going to manage. Creating logins and giving permissions. See guys, not all people can access all the data. Agree? Agree or not? Not all people can access all the data. It depends upon the user's requirements. I cannot access the whole data. Okay, I cannot access the whole data. It's like a matrimony. So you know, right, matrimony, how it will work. We have different plans, right? Silver plan, basic plan, platinum plan. If you give silver plan, if you buy a silver plan, you can access only some features. In the same way, we can limit the features or we can limit the permissions to the users. Not everyone can access everything. It depends. If you gave access, he can access everything, but it depends on the requirement. What and all he needs to be accessed, then for that area only we are going to give permission. So giving permissions also is a DBA responsibility. Who has to access my database? Who has to connect to my database? That is also responsibility of the DBAs. Okay, giving permissions, creating logins and all is a DBA responsibility. Taking backups and doing restores. Okay, so guys, it's very important. Okay, backups are very, very important. You know the value of backups, right? And one more thing, guys. The meeting is going to close now. Okay, it is showing 1 minute. So please let me close this meeting. Let me reopen the meeting. Please join immediately with the same link. Okay. Please join immediately with the same link. I'm going to close the meeting and again I'll reopen the meeting. Please join immediately with the same link.